Hey everyone, this is Ms. Moffat from Across the Literverse. So as a part of my New Year's resolutions this year, I decided to work through at least 20 of the 60 or so books that make up my TBR pile. I also made a disclaimer that I was likely to buy more books this year. And I've already bought more books this year. Well, actually, some of these books were included in my TBR number, but some of them are definitely new additions. Christmas shopping for me usually plays out as one gift for you, one book for me. I must balance the scales and really being in chapters and seeing those tables loaded with new books. I am one woman, I am not made of stone. And the first book that lured me during my Christmas shopping was Beautiful You by Chuck Palahniuk. I didn't even know this book was coming out. I just always assumed that Chuck Palahniuk's gonna have a new book in stores by Christmas, and it's been a pretty accurate gauge. I found this book in a tall stack on a new release table. I picked up a copy, drooled a little over the name written on the cover, and flipped it over to find one quote as the jacket copy. 1 billion husbands are about to be replaced. That's it. I was totally enticed. When I scripted this video last night, I had about 70 pages left, and as of this morning, I have 0 pages left. It's classic Palahniuk, not as angry, but just as insane. Next up is Sword Art Online Aincrad Volume 1, the light novel by Reki Kawahara. So I currently work as an anime manga buyer at a comic book store, and for the non-anime kids out there, I cannot adequately explain how exciting it is to finally be holding an English translation of the Sword Art Online light novel. I fell in love with the anime back in 2012, and I knew the idea had originated in a series of light novels, but given how small the North American manga anime market is, I wasn't sure when and if these novels would ever make it to our shores. So thank you, Yen Press. I'm looking forward to comparing the original novels with the anime series. And of course, it wouldn't be Christmas without some supernatural. I picked up War of the Suns, and I have to admit I still have to read that supernatural novel I picked up last year. But this one has Lucifer in it, and if you've watched the show, you understand why I had to buy this one. So for Christmas, I only actually received one book this year, which I know sounds wildly bizarre given how much I love books, but that was just the way the die was cast. On that note, I would like to thank you, Ms. Gavea, for this copy of Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. I think I mentioned in a previous video how the ocean at the end of the lane was the first bit of Gaiman I read, and I was told that was a mistake. Thankfully, I've since been corrected. I've actually finished this book, and I'm still working on my review, but I can assure you that I now understand why folks love Gaiman. This book kind of made me want to run away to London and ride the metro round and round. I think that was part of Ms. Gavea's plot. Well played. While I did not receive many books for Christmas this year, I did receive my customary Chapters gift card, which has already been converted into book form. And I managed to stretch those dollars by a fair margin, thank you very much. First off, I got the Inheritance Trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I felt like such a badass hauling this thing around Chapters. Look at this. That's well over 1,000 pages for $22. This collection not only includes the original 3 books of the trilogy, it also includes a brand new novella set in the same world called The Awakened Kingdom. I think it's even got a sample of her latest novel. $22, folks. Fantasy pricing for a fantasy series. Next up, I have The Wise Man's Fear, which is book 2 of the Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. Not gonna lie, I need to reread The Name of the Wind. All I remember about the series is that I love the Chandrian, who are, guess what? The bad guys. I have this thing where I like the villains more than the heroes, and the trend continues. Also, you don't encounter many novels where the protagonist is a redheaded dude. We have a lot of redheads in the family, so I'm a little sensitive to the issue, and I greatly appreciated finding a cool, ass-kicking, redheaded fantasy protagonist here. And last, I have Tiger Man by Nick Harkaway. So one of my coworkers and I both read Nick Harkaway's second novel, Angel Maker, and we both occasionally fangirl over how awesome he is as an author. So before Christmas, my coworker ducked into our back office and said to me all casually, "Yeah, so I went to Chapters this weekend to do some Christmas shopping, got most of it done. Picked up Nick Harkaway's newest novel," to which I could only reply, "What?" I am not going to read the jacket copy for Tiger Man because I did that for Angel Maker and it included some pretty big spoilers. You had one job, publishing company, one job. I've learned my lesson, but I cannot wait to check this out. I will say it'll probably be a long stretch between book hauls on this channel as I'm currently socking away my savings for some pretty major plans coming up. And one of those plans involves a lot of free books, so I hope I have intrigued you. So did any of these books catch your eye this time around? If so, please leave some comments below. Thanks for watching and happy reading, kids. Signing off.